lineho uyu linelelo mwana mene mwana wanzeru lineho lineho uyu linelelo mwana mene mwana wanzeru.
Welcome you, our dear esteemed watchers of Rubiri's News Center. Thanks for joining us and watching Rubiri's News Center. Just like our Facebook page and subscribe, like, follow, and share on our YouTube channel, Rubiri's News Center. I'm Sam Chakabum, taking you throughout this program, School Time, and behind the camera is Chil Ramadan, and our producer of this program is Mr. Nimrod Salongo Vumiria. We shall be going for 1 hour in this debate at Unique High School. It is found in Town Council of Rubirizi and in Rubirizi District. So we are just here in this debate at the Rubirizi News Center. Just like it, follow and share it on our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Rubirizi News Center. Let me at this time welcome you for watching this motion which is going to take place here at our TV. And it is, it says salaries for science teachers should be increased more than arts teachers. Not so, it should be like that. And we shall see two competitive chambers, the opposers and proposers here at Unique High School. These students who have come to visit us here at our station, how they will be debating this motion. Right now, I'm going to welcome the chairperson to take us through the keywords and what we shall follow in this debate. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching Rubiri's News Center. Just like, subscribe, and like our Facebook page, Rubirizi News Center. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairperson. I welcome you.
Our guaranteed guests, students, Unique High School, and all the members that have tried their efforts to be on for us for this day, we really welcome you and thank you for the efforts you are rendering towards the education of this Uganda. You know, the world of academia is not all that an easy way to go, but our parents, we students, we are doing it to the best, and I see for the efforts that we are all putting in, shall achieve whatever we feel like we need to have in the future. So we are here greatly at Rubiri's News Center purposely to have this debate and conducted and see how to find this resolution is given a point of closure at the end so that we come to know which is which. We are here. We need to know. We aren't aware of what is right and what's wrong. So the main reason for our being here is to decide which way to go, whether the opposition side is taking it, whether the opposition side is taking it. That's the reason as why we are here battling. We are not for a fight, but we are for an exchange of ideas and see which side will give a better idea and a greater mind that will help us go on with this motion of today. I'm Tukahebwa Bright Silva, a student Unique High School Senior 4, and I've happened to be the chairperson of our today's debate conducted here at Rubiri's News Center. And as for the people I'm going to work with, I will first call upon the people that I'm going to work with so that they come here and join me and see, okay, and I tell you what follows after that. So, on to my proposition side for today, I do have Honorable Ainebiona Darius. I would wish that you come and take up your seat for the interest of time as these people cheer you up. Meanwhile, as he's coming, let me also go to the opposition side and have Honorable Muchunguzi Jonas as he comes and takes over his seat. Before I go any further, by the way, this debate, we have arranged it in such a way that we have the A-level students battle with the O-level students. So when you see to the opposition side, most of the members going there are the A-level members. Don't get surprised with that. And to the proposition side, we do have the ordinary students who are there to show us what their talents as far as the debates are concerned. So on to my proposition side, I do have Honorable Mukasa Jamson come and take over your seat as these members do cheer you up. Again, on to my opposition side, I see that I have Honorable Sasra Crescent come and take over your seat. Again, when I look again to my proposition side, I do have Honorable Isingoma Ephraim. You may also come and take up your seat. When I get back to my left, I do have Honorable Akankunda Adolf. Come and also take up your seat. As I also look onto the other side, that I have Honorable Sima Christine. Come and take over your seat. Then again, onto the other side, I do have Honorable Nibagamba Cleophas. You also come and take over your seat. As these main speakers are taking up their seats, as they are taking up their seats, I'm going to issue out the guidelines we shall follow as far as this debate is concerned. And before I go into the details of all of those, let me first show you the reason, the resolution, the motion that has let us be here on this day, and find that is forcing us to find ways of battling today. So as I say, the motion today says salaries for science teachers should be increased more than art teachers. So we are here. We do have the A-level students, and the O-level students, where the proposition side is headed by the O-level students, who will be talking to us in a such a way that they will be saying the salaries for science teachers should be increased more than that of the ordinary teachers. So they will come and persuade us, give us their ideas, give us their minds, convince us and show us at least that what they are talking of, they are sure of it, and they really wish that the science teachers should be increased on their salaries for the efforts they are doing or for what they are portraying, as we shall see from them, if all goes well, as they do defend everything they show out. And these A-level students who are opposing the motion will also show us, or will also tell us, will also convince us and tell us what's letting them say that the science teachers should not be increased the salaries than the art teachers. So they will also tell us what's on their mind, why are they seeing it in that angle, and yet the opponents are also seeing it in a certain angle. So we shall see ways of how we find it today on the same line. Some guidelines to follow today. I will say that the points to raise for today shall be very few. I mean, we shall have the point of information raised, the point of defense, and the point of information. Those are the only points that I'm allowing for today's debate. So members, adhere to everything that is said to you. So for the interest of time, I will before I go any further for that, the time allocated for these main speakers, the two first main speakers, or the first main speaker from one side and another main speaker from the other side, will be given 5 minutes. So 5 minutes each. And then the other ones that will follow will be given 4 minutes each. You follow? Then to the other audience, as you come in, you also be given 3 minutes for the interest of time, so that we all share minds and see. So therefore, for all I have said and what, as you know, the reason as to why we are here, I therefore call upon the proposers who are saying the motion should be stated in the way it is to come and take over the floor, tell us, convince us, and as we also enjoy that.
Thank you, Mr. Bright, for that brief description of the message and the debate motion that we're going to handle today. Don't forget that Unique High School, it's a school with both O-level and A-level, and students sleep at school, others go for after classes. So endeavor to bring your child for O-level participation and A-level. And for us here at Rubirizi News Center, we are able to communicate and take over the information wherever it has to go. So just like and subscribe to our page and our YouTube channel on Rubirizi News Center. So let's go continue with the debate as Mr. Chairperson, for the interest of time, shall run over, take us through the debate. Thank you very much.
Yes, and before that, for the minutes that I said out, we shall have the 3 first minutes that won't be interrupted. For those that have the 5 minutes, those that have 4 minutes, we shall have 2 minutes that are not interrupted, and then the others are interrupted. For those that have the 2 minutes, we shall have 2 minutes that are not interrupted, and 1 minute that is interrupted. So therefore, I call upon Honorable Ainebiona Darius to come and take over the floor. As you do, cheer him up.
Thank you, the chair, our judge, the secretary, my fellow proposers, the opposers of the motion. So that department should be given more money than that one of history, CLI, commerce, and others. As you know, we study them here. So they should be given more salary because of my following views. Science teachers, these teachers you see, they are paid less money. And these teachers, they train doctors, they train engineers. And in the field of work, they are the ones who are paid less. And yet they are the source of that knowledge. Therefore, they should be increased on their salary for that. My point number 2 is that these sciences, they are very hard. These science subjects are very hard, and to teach them you have to be committed. So if these subjects like biology, when you go to compare in UNEB results, you see that sciences, they are behind, whereas arts have many distinctions than those sciences. So they should be given more money so that they put in more effort to teach those subjects. So for that reason, they should be increased on their money. Another thing, from this point I have recently talked that they are hard. You see, even in Uganda, we have more artists than scientists. It means that those many artists feared sciences because they were very hard. And then for these science teachers, they struggled much, they persevered, they spent sleepless nights revising these subjects when others were there because arts are not as hard as these science subjects. So that time that they sacrificed, they should be given more money for compensation of that time and their sacrifice.
Information, Chairperson. Information granted.
Thank you, Sound Chair. I would like to inform the precurrent speaker on 2 points. One, we talked about that science teachers do a lot of work, such as training doctors and so on. But I would like to inform him that in that work, even art teachers are inclusive. Reason being, take an example from primary. You study arts, you go in O-level, you study arts, and if you fail, you keep getting F9s in art subjects. You cannot continue with education. You all know that. He again talked about hard.
POD.
He talked about sciences being hard. I would like to inform him that even art subjects are very hard. Take an example, they will ask you to give a course of a certain war. It's very hard. And these sciences are very simple. You just need to cram a formula for mathematics and you calculate.
I've got you, sir. I would like to inform you
Excuse
also.
me, for the powers entrusted to me, I feel your point has been heard. For the interest of time, get as he keeps on responding to that. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. In my conclusion, I really call upon you all to join me and we support the motion and say that the salary for science teachers should be increased. Thank you.
Thanks very much, the previous speaker. As I've told you before, we are on TV, so make sure when you are delivering your points, on this microphone, you focus in this camera, and when you are interrupted by someone asking, there is a seat, I ask you bring it here. So that when this person is asking also, you focus in the same camera as this one is sitting. Not so? Let us follow that procedure. Thank you, Mr. Chairperson.
Thank you. Secondly, what I didn't tell you, I didn't introduce to you my secretaries. I do have Honorable Amumpere Evelyn, and then Honorable Josephine, and then the judge, as you get up and the people recognize you. Then the judge, I do have Teacher Ruamaro Joseph as our today's judge for our today's debate. Thank you. So now I do cross to the opposition side, where I call upon Honorable Muchungus Jonas to come and take over the floor. Thank you.
Thank you, Sound Chair. Our judge, the timekeeper, the two competitive sides of today, that's the affirmatives and negators. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Muchungus Jonas from Senior 5 Arts and one of today's opposers. Having a recap on our subject of discussion, it says salaries for science teachers should be increased more than that of art teachers. To explain the key words in our motion, we have salary. And the salary, I can define it in this way. It's a remuneration commensurate to the work done at the end of the month. And science teachers, these are instructors who guide learners through science subjects such as biology, chemistry, and so on. Art teachers are those teachers or instructors who guide learners through art subjects. For example, history, CRE, to mention but a few. With this sincere humility and exuberance at this catastrophic phase, I am requesting our dear judge and the secretaries, you allow me first mention or outline my points, then I give the demystification later. My view number one is, scientists are never good administrators. It will add on unemployment cases, spend the same period of time in school, will cause a decline in the political field, which may in turn lead to poor governance. Some students may be denied attaining higher education. With the profound honor and immense humility at this juncture, allow me give the demystification of my views. My view number one was, scientists are never good administrators. I can give an example of Unique High School. Our head teacher is an art teacher. The deputy is also a teacher of arts, only those who teaches sciences. Take an example of that. the head teacher is being paid 700,000, the deputy 700,000, and the those 4M. How will the HM be able to administer the school? My view number 2, it will add on unemployment cases, because all of us are going to adopt science subjects, because we feel those of us who want to do education, science teachers are paid highly. We are all going to opt for sciences. And when we continue and finish, which means we are going to be very many in the fields, and yet we have few industries in Uganda and the factories. Where are we going to work from? We are going to, some of us are going to remain there unemployed. My view number 3 was, will cause a decline in the political field.
Information granted.
Thank you, the chapter of today's motion. My name is Christine, and I'm from the affirmative side. So, you've mentioned the point of the head teachers paying from arts. They don't do science, so the head teachers of the school, they do arts, even the deputy head teacher. And you say that they get a salary of about 700, how much?
700,000 for arts teachers and 4 million.
So I would like to tell you, just because for the fact that you know that these science teachers, they don't like that such amount of money so that they can do their jobs very well. So they need a lot of money, just like 4.5 million to run the activities in the school. You can't come and give the science administrator such money, 700,000 to run the school. That would be so ridiculous at all. So I inform you, why don't you come and support us? Because what you're saying is not sensible. Thank you.
Defending myself, Sound Chair, I would like to inform Madam Christine that it's only through art subjects that we get administrators. Take an example of lawyers, take an example of His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of Uganda. He did history at Senior 6, which means if we encourage the doing of art subjects, we are not going to have good administrators. Thank you very much. I hope you pick. My view number 4 was a decline in the political field, because through histories, through literature,
granted.
Thank you, sir, and chair. I would like to inform the on-stage speaker. You're saying that those artists will bring more politicians, but when they increase salaries for scientists, it doesn't mean that then arts will be neglected. And then you are claiming of political leaders and whatever. But I would like to inform you that these arts have made Uganda get more proud teachers, have made Uganda get more politicians and lawyers, and these are the people who have even increased corruption in Uganda. But if we had only very many scientists, then Uganda would be developing at a higher rate. But I would like to inform you that these art subjects have destroyed Uganda. Thank you.
So let the on-stage speaker take on.
Defending myself, Sound Chair, he talked about corruption. And I would like and wish him to come and present evidence to the judge how people doing arts are being or involving themselves in corruption, not science-related people, those who do sciences. You come and present the evidence to our judge. My view number 5 is students may be denied attaining higher education.
Rejected.
Take an example. You will go for primary, you finish, you go for O-level, you finish. But because you want to do education and you... Some more time, our timekeeper, some more 2 minutes. Okay. I was on this point, students may be denied higher education because they have discouraged people doing arts. After senior 4, you will only find that you can get combinations of art subjects, and your parent may give up the pursuit or the struggle of taking you for A level because they are paid less. Because of time, I had much to share with you, but I have to rest my case. Our dear proposers, I think you just lacked sensitization. Now you've known which way to take. You can carry your chairs to this side. No one will penalize you. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Mr. Honorable, for your views. At this juncture, I call upon Honorable Mukasa Johnson from the proposition side to come and take over the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson, of our today's debate. Two antagonistic chambers plus the audience at large. Members, good evening. In front of you is Mukasa Jason Form 3. I've stood here in front of you, Baine, to propose the motion which is already written on the blackboard, and it reads: salaries for science teachers should be increased more than that of art teachers. Yes, indeed, salaries of science teachers should be increased. Let me first explain the keywords of the motion. Salaries. A salary is money paid to skilled labor. Science teachers, those are teachers who teach science subjects, and science subjects include biology, chemistry, physics, and mathematics. Art teachers are teachers who teach art subjects including history, geography, and commerce. As you all know, they are all taught here. For the sake of time, I would like to request a permission from our today's chairperson that I should first list out my views, then I give a brief explanation. My view number one is that science teachers should be given more salaries because they teach practical things like formation of soap and manufacture of ethanol. To improve, science teachers should be given more salary to improve on the academic performance of students in secondary schools. Science teachers should be given more salary to improve on the technology of our country. Science teachers should be given more salary to increase on science about our lives. Science teachers should be given more salary to compare to compete favorably in this world as far as Uganda is concerned. Then my point number one was science teachers teach practical things. Yes, indeed, science teachers teach practical things. Like in chemistry, we study formation of soap, whereby soap is formed by boiling of concentrated sodium hydroxide and vegetable fats. Then sodium chloride, our usual salt, is added in the mixture such that floating starts. Then soap is corrected by filtration. My view number two is to improve on the academic performance of students in secondary schools. Here I mean, when science teachers are given more salary, they will be on their respective schools as directed by the ministry, whereby science teachers part-time. Hence, they don't give us more time. When we want to consult.
Honorable Crescent.
Thank you, Science Chair.
Thank you, Chair. And by names of Sasar Crescent, I would like to inform my current speaker that at this momentous epoch, it's not good evening, but it's good afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your correction. My opinion number 3 was science teachers should be given more salary to improve on the technology like in communication, whereby students who are taught here sciences like physics, they are the ones who construct
Information granted to Honorable Jonas.
Thank you, Sound Chair. I would like to inform and correct the precurrent speaker on where he pronounced these words in a wrong way. The word is chairperson, not chairperson. Another one is salary, but not salary. Another one. The word is concerned, not concerned. I again disagree with him on where he talked about science subjects being practical. I want to inform him that art subjects are also practical. Take an example of geography, fieldwork, that is practical.
Thank you, Honorable. Your information is disgranted because it has changed from my point of information to an inquiry. So I therefore call upon the on-stage speaker to go on.
To defend myself on where he said that science subjects are not practical. Science subjects are practical, members. We study soap, as I have told you. We go and practice making soap, hence earning income to ourselves.
Rejected.
So science teachers should be given more salary than art teachers. Nothing we study and use in life in art. My opinion number 4 is that science teachers should be given more salary.
Point of information rejected.
For the sake of time, thank you, Mr. Chairperson, of our today's debate.
So thank you, Mr. Honorable Speaker. I therefore now get to my other side, the opposition side, and have to call Honorable Sasrabo Christian to come and take over the floor.
Thank you, sir, in chair.
Please, thank you. Before. Order, please. Let's respect this house.
Thank you, sir, in chair. The judge, the secretaries, the two antagonistic chambers of interlude today's debate, plus the August at large. I'm here to talk about the motion of today, which says the salary for science teachers should be increased more than for art teachers. Onto my side, I say that it should be well written like science teachers' salary should be equivalent to those of arts, so that we can have fairness. Therefore, I request the secretary to first outline my views in a well coherent manner as below. The increase of science teacher salary will increase income inequality. Next, the increase of science teacher salary will increase the unnecessary rise in the government expenditure. On to next, it will create too much money circulation in the country, leading to inflation. Therefore, put a title on the explanation of my views. 1. The view which says it will create income inequality. Income inequality refers to the economic gap between the rich and the poor. The rich and the poor, as you understand better, if science are given more money compared to the arts will become more poor than the science, hence in creating income inequality. Then on to the explanation of the next view, which says it will lead increase in the rise of the government expenditure. As you know that the country of Uganda, I don't mean the government of Uganda, it is not economically stable in terms of monetary system. Therefore, if the science teachers are increased the salaries.
Point of information.
Information granted.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson, over today's debate. Allow me to add out my point of information. I would like to inform our precurrent speaker that the word is science teachers, not science teachers.
Puara, thank you for that.
Thank you. On to my explanation. I therefore conclude by saying the salaries for science teachers shouldn't be increased more than for art teachers. For that, this will create income inequality, unnecessarize the government expenditure, and too much money in situation which will lead to inflation. I therefore call upon everyone to support my side so that we can be the winner.
Thank you, Honorable. You can take up your seat because the time is up. And I call upon Honorable Mutambi Prosper to come and take over the floor. Sorry. I call upon Honorable Isingoma Ephraim to come and take over the floor.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, the chairperson in chair. Two competitive sides, two secretaries on both sides, plus the entire house at large. A good afternoon. Yeah, my name is Singoma Ephraim, a student from Senior 3 Unique High School, and I'm here to speak in favor of today's motion, which has been a talk of the town since it was programmed. Before I give out my views, I shall first explain the key points in the today's motion. Then salary. This is the amount of money paid to the laborer for the work done monthly. Then science teacher. A science teacher is a teacher who teaches science subjects, for example, physics, biology, mathematics, and more others. For example, then art subjects we have commerce, fine art, entrepreneurship, literature, to mention but a few. Yeah, I first requested the chairperson to first give out my views, and then after I elaborate. My first point is all about that science teachers, the salary of science teachers should be increased because it has because you have gained the knowledge of preserving resources, for example, food. Then my next point is all about is that science we acquire from the teachers of science enables us get knowledge of dodging losses in agriculture. Then another point is all about the regulation of the spread of killer diseases, for example, polio and measles. My next point is, my next view is that it enables us to regulate the rapid increase of population. Here I go ahead explaining my views. I will begin with the last one. It helps to regulate the rapid growth of population. Here I mean.
Point of order, such a person.
Point of information.
Point of order.
Here I mean.
Thank you, Sir Chairperson. Is it in order for the current speaker to come in front of us while quaking? And is it in order for the current speaker to get examples from the audience?
Order is not defended, and I really wish or think that it's not in order, so let him do the needful. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, the chairperson. I first apologize for the mistakes done, but allow me to continue. I was on the point of regulation of population increase. Here I mean, science teachers teach doctors who bring the knowledge of abortion, whereby you will abortion, where you reduce population. Then another point is all about agriculture, the losses of agriculture. From science teachers who acquire knowledge of inbreeding, if during carrying out livestock. Another point is all about
Point of order.
Thank you, Mr. Honorable. Thank you, Mr. Honorable. Your time is up. You can take up your seat.
Thank you, the chairperson.
No,
but before.
Please. Thank you. So, to the other. No, thank you. Your time is up, Mr. Honorable.
Call upon the opposers and proposers to come and support me as we compete for today.
Please respect the time. Respect time. So, to the audience, order please. Order please. You're bringing the debate to a disorder of which I feel is not right. So, on to my opposition. I do have Honorable Akankunda Adolf taking over the floor.
Honorable Chair Kankunda Adolf, I'm here to oppose the motion that states the salary for science teachers should be increased more than that of arts teachers. Science teachers, those are instructors who impart knowledge about the structure and behavior of the natural and physical world in a way that they can be proved, that is through experiments. And their salaries shouldn't be increased due to the following views. Number one, it will highly cause brain drain. Brain drain will be highly caused in a way that the affected teachers, these are the arts teachers, will move out of the country to countries where they are treated fairly and they are paid high money more than what they are being paid here in Uganda. It will cause grievances at work. That is, arts teachers will always complain and demand for increment of their salaries also. It will cause permissiveness. That is, there will be inequality in treatment, especially in the education sectors, yet all the teachers share same commodities, use
Point of information.
Information granted.
Thank you, the top dog of today's debate. So I would like to inform you that you say that on your point of permissiveness, how really the science calls permissiveness to the art teachers. This is not really not there. Thank you.
it will
Rejected.
It will cause disillusionment. That is, students aiming at taking arts will get biased to the arts and will end up taking on sciences that they do not manage.
Point of information.
Information granted.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. I would like to inform you that I mean to the precurrent speaker that the salary increment for scientists, it will not lead to the artists also join sciences. No, it is not that anybody can manage to learn sciences, as you all know.
I would like to defend myself by saying I say they will develop a bias to the subject they are doing because everyone is studying aiming at getting high incomes. Then it will cause
So thank you, Mr. Honorable. I wish that you take up your seat for the other speakers to take over. Audience, please. You're disorganizing the thing. So on to my proposition side, I call upon Mr. Honorable Sime Christine to come and take over the floor.
Thank you. Proposition side. The first constructive from the negative side. The second and the third speakers from the affirmative side. The second and the third negators from the opposition side. And the overall from the negative side. My name is Sime Christine. I'm so honored and eager to be at such a distinguished gathering. Thank you. So, as today's motion is that salaries for science teachers should be increased more than those of art teachers. I think before standing on such a mighty podium, my friends, my dears, I think you already know that before I even conclude, I have to go with you. Thank you. So, They say that adversity has no complement and criticism can be brought to an end only when...
Madam Christine, be at the hold for some communication.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairperson, of today's motion in this debate. And I'm of the view, ladies and gentlemen, in this debate, let us stand in one position facing the camera. Not so, Honorable Christine. Is she Christine? Yeah. Honorable Christine, stand in one position. Your views will be heard correctly in your grammar and your fantastic vocabulary. So keep firm, like in one position. And if you are not conversant with the state of the microphone, you speak and then they make it better for you. Thank you.
Thank you for that information. SARS is saying that salaries for science teachers should be increased. This is really something good to know. It's not so, because you see, I ain't regurgitating, but I'm here to just give the impregnable reasons to you. First of all, I want to tell you that a lot of effort is very emphasized to the learners just for not to promote the Bible body in the learners. As you know, science teachers, they do teach us about the good words to use. For example, did you know that the longest word in the dictionary, pneumonia ultramicroscopic circumvallation, comes from science, and it is the work of the science teachers that do teach us this word. Don't you see that our science teachers really need to be increased on their salary to promote the development of Uganda? Thank you. My next reason, if the science teachers were not here, how would you know about the flosicon occur of the microphyto? This is not really something to joke up with. As you know, science teachers, they do teach the cyclists, and these cyclists help us to kill different mental diseases, people with disabilities. They are being killed and treated with the people with the sciences. So if we don't give the care to the teachers of science and we increase their salary, how will we surely pass sciences and be the cyclists and be the architects of Unique High School? Don't you want to be the architects? Who of you wants to be a teacher of arts? Nobody wants to be a teacher of art, because all of you in this room, I know you just want to be a teacher, the architects, the doctors, the lawyers, not so? Thank you. My next reason, really some teachers do need a lot of privilege for the work being done.
Thank you, Chair. I'd like to inform. Okay, English is not a priority, but a dignity. I'd like to inform the pre-current speaker, Honorable Christine, that we are the second negators, but not the third negators. Thank you.
Thank you for raising that. I really think that you misinterpreted me, because I first said that the first constructive, and then I went on to say that the second and the third negators. So the point is really satisfying. Thank you. So the next point that I want to raise.
Point of order granted.
Thank you very much, our chairperson of the day. Is it in order for the pre-current speaker come in front of us and start giving out her views without explaining the key words in the subject of discussion? And is it in order for her to stand in front of us and keep quaking as someone who has been put on death in a...
That is all science to defend myself. You know, the teachers, they are the ones supposed to teach me, these teachers of science, how to not work in public. So that this is called pneumonia ultramicroscopic circumvallation analysis. You have to understand that. Not so point taken. Then another reason is to my my second view. I'm really with malice aforethought and so dumbfounded by your views. This is not really something to try. My third view, scientists, they are the ones that teach us how to locomotion. Now, like I am moving, the teachers are the ones who teach us those working styles of moving. And if you don't give them attention, if you don't raise their views that they should be given a lot of money, how will this come to a standstill? Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, thanks. Thanks, great. I possibly think that your time is up, and I request that you do take up your seat as we proceed. Thank you.
Thank you. With my conclusion, I'm sorry for that, but I request you, the negators, to come and follow me. Thank you.
So, thank you for all your views. And when I get back to my opposition side, I do have Honorable Tingamba Cleophas. Let her come and take over the floor.
Okay, the chair, team negators, team affirmative, the judge, the secretary, always recognize you in your presence. My name is Nibagamba Cleophas, and I feel furious and gramophonically to stand among and amidst you all in the interlude debate. Our interlude debate says that salaries for science teachers should be increased more than arts teachers. I have mentally, gramophonically, furiously oppose this with the following views. The secretary be on paper rating my views. I'll explain later. Loss of morality to teachers. Loss of morale to teachers. Poor performance of learners. Tuition. Powerful leaders. It creates feelings of jealousy. Spends all the arts teachers and science teachers spend the same money. Then we have arts helps to produce the important leaders. The powerful countries have arts presidents. For example, historically we go to Napoleon Bonaparte, was a historian. We go to our president Museveni, is a historian. That is an art. When we have the arts helps to produce important administrators. For example, our director took HRD at A level, had HRD. The headmaster of this school took arts. The deputy, the same. Then how are you proposing that the arts teachers that should not be increased their salary? They should all be paid a same amount of money. Poor performance of learners due to morale. Of course, teachers will lose morale to teach. If like a science teacher is getting 1.5, then another teacher is getting 700. Is it really in order? We are living in an egalitarian society where fraternity, liberty is also needed. We share the same equal things. Then why do you say that we don't share the same goods? Why? No? Then science teachers have same qualification. Scientists have same qualification. They opt for degree. The art teachers opt for degree. Then why do you propose that? No, it's not in order. We have same tuition at the campus, at the schools. They are all paying same tuition. A science teacher is also paying. The science students also pay the same amount of arts, and the arts same.
Point of information.
Information granted.
Thank you that after today's motion, I just want to inform you the letter here inside. So I want to inform you that you have to know that what you just have to know is that I want to inform you this, that a lawyer and a doctor, they don't pay the same tuition at the university. And for more information, you can ask our today's judge, or you can ask some of the teachers here. I want you to ask them if the salaries they used to pay at the university is the same as the salary the doctors pay. Thank you.
Okay, Madam Christine, but to defend on this, the most universities I've tried to make research on, they pay the same amount of tuition. Then It creates jealous and hatred. It creates jealous and hatred. Of course, you can't be getting
information
one.
granted.
Yeah, thank you, the chairperson in chair, for having granted me a permission. I would like to inquire from the current speaker that is it.
Thank you.
Is it
for the powers entrusted to me, I end up his speech because he changed the point of information to the point of inquiry, and therefore call upon the on-stage speaker to go on.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson.
Point of information.
It creates hatred and jealousy.
Rejected.
You can't be getting 2 million and I get 700 and I really be your good friend. No, I can create really enmity. No. Help to produce important leaders. Important leaders. Our president is a leader. Is an important leader. Lawyer Arias Rukwago is a lawyer. Is he an artist
Information
or
granted.
a scientist?
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson of today's debate. I would like to inform the current speaker by so saying that science increment on salary of science teachers will not lead to poor performance of learners. Instead, it will lead to good performance.
I can't be a teacher of science can't be getting 2 million and an art teacher is getting 700 shillings and I get the morale to teach those students. I can come, I give notes, then I go. The sciences has continue. No, that's thing. We all spent same years in the university. You go for a diploma, I opt for 2 years. Another teacher go for the education of sciences. Go and for education for us gets to. We all that. Allow me to rest my case. But the proposers, affirmatives, I beg you to sprang up to join me. We all go together.
Thanks, Honorable Speaker.
Hello? Yeah. Thanks very much to Competitive Chambers. As we are almost winding up, you are still watching Riveri's News Center, and I'm Sam Chakabum in the studio. In program School Time, behind the camera is Mr. Chid Ramadan, and our producer is Nimrod Vumilia Salongo. We are taking you for 1 hour here at Unique High School Riverizi, which is found in Riverizi Town Council, Riverizi District, and here it is a mixed school with both sections day and boarding. As we are winding up, Mr. Chairperson of this debate, Sam Chakabum is welcoming. You take over as you welcome the last speaker, and we conclude our debate. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sam. As far as this debate is concerned, I therefore forward this great opportunity to the members in the audience to come and take over the floor, as I'm only allowing one honorable from the proposition side and the other from the opposition side as we do wind up. Thank you.
Our today's chairperson, the secretary, the judge, the opposition side plus the proposition side. A good afternoon. Here before you is an assessor here Reform City. I'm here mainly to support the motion which is written as science teachers should be increased on their salaries more than art teachers. And I'm supporting the motion with the following views. Allow me first state them. The first view is they have helped in the promotion of transport facilities. Salaries of science teachers should be increased because I have stated that they have helped in the promotion of transport facilities. As you all know that the tractors, the drivers who drive those tractors are scientists. And I believe you all know that. My second view is that salaries of science teachers should be increased because they have helped in communication facilities. That is, all the instruments you are seeing here, we are talking about the cameras, the microphones are all made by scientists. So, for that reason, I therefore prefer that science teachers should be increased on their salaries more than artist teachers. Thank you, sir, on chair.
So thank you, Mr. Speaker. And now the other second chance goes to the opposition side, as I see Honorable Wema Surya come onto the floor. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairperson. Two competitive chambers and August at large. I'm Wema Cecilia. I'm here to oppose this motion, which reads that salaries for science teachers should be increased more than for art teachers. According to my side, I said salaries for art teachers should be increased or should be at least equal to science teachers as a counterparts because of my following views. When salaries for science teachers, when they will be increased, there will be political instabilities. That is, art teacher will arise against the government also to be equal to science teachers, which will result in strikes. Even it was on Wednesday when art teachers took a memorandum to the government wanting that they should be given the same salary. My second view, it will lead to voluntary unemployment. That is, art teachers will resign from work and try to go for elsewhere, which will lead to less of labor force. Which will lead to
information granted to Honorable Peter.
Thank you, sir, Chair. I want to inform the precurrent speaker that it was in the COVID-19 pandemic that there was a lot of insecurities, and art teachers or artists didn't have anything to do. It was scientists that tried their work, their level best to get medicine, and you arrived because of science teachers. So,
point of defense, I would like to inform you that art teachers will leave education, will be leave to teach because they will try elsewhere. They are being despised from work, seeing arts not as subjects. My third view,
it will lead to class of tension and conflicts. That is, due to class, it will lead to very rich class, middle class, and poor class of teachers.
Thank you. Honorable Syria, I do request that you take up your seat. So for now, let me first forward the mic back to Mr. Sam as he forwarded some communication, then I'll get back to you. Thank you.
Thanks for watching Rubiri's News Center once again. I'm Sam Chakaboom in the show. School time. This program is proudly sponsored by DKA Foundation, David Katurebe, and Jonas School of Nursing and Midwifery, responding in Kampala. And for this program, I'd like to extend my sincere thanks to you, both competitive chambers from the proposition and opposition sides, and the students of Unique High School. I really thank you and appreciate you for having come here to debate on this motion. Really, I salute you. For this time, at this moment of time, let me allow your chairperson, the chairperson of the motion of today's debate, to continue and welcome the people who are to follow on stage and give us what is supposed to be given to the audience. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairperson. Mr. Bright, you can take over.
So thank you, Mr. Sam, and we are very great and appreciative for the work and at least the love that we are creating with the unique, for the love you're creating with the unique community as far as the communication and enhancing the students' learning is also concerned. So for this time, I really forward a great opportunity to our two secretaries to come and give us what they've been recording for all of this debate as we really wind up. Yeah. So the secretaries, you're just going to give us the total of the points as the judge will conclude everything. Thank you.
The secretaries will use this mic.
Thank you, the chairperson on chair. Two antagonistic chambers plus the August House at large. Good afternoon. I've managed to be the secretary of today's debate and I've recorded the following views, but I won't read what I've written because of time. I'm just going to give out the total. So the proposer side, you have 12 points. Thank you.
Thank you, the chairperson, the judge, the timekeeper, two competitive chambers plus the house at large. I salute you all. My name is Katusha Josephine, and I've been taking the part as the secretary for the opposition side. And for the case of the opposers, you've managed to raise 18 points. Thank you.
So, thank you. For the great work done, and we are really appreciative for that. So for this time, I do request our today's judge to come and take over the floor as we wind up the debate.
The chairperson this afternoon, the guests, the speakers, honorable speakers, both sides, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My job is a simple one, to read the verdict for today's contention, and I will do just that. I can see the chairperson is completing something here about the last two speakers. Please do it quickly while I say the following. I want to appreciate that the debating function was mature enough. The speakers have demonstrated the knowledge of presenting facts. I want also to appreciate our A-level members who are not very common to the debating hall here. They have always kept away, but I'm sure the House has seen that we have people who can give quite some good material here. Let's have a thump of the feet for them as we do in debate. Thank you. We adjudicated this motion maturely. We gave 10 marks for smartness. For your smartness here as a speaker, we were awarding you marks out of 10. Salutation, how you recognized the presence of different people here before you gave your views, out of 10. Introduction, we awarded it out of 10. We gave 25 marks for language and grammar. We also awarded 25 marks for points and relevant examples. We gave 10 marks if you were able to defend yourself. And we gave 10 marks for the way you utilized the floor here, coming up with a total of 100. Now the first speaker on my list, I have them in this order. Number 1, it was the Honorable Christine, not the way they came here, but the way they are arranged on my paper here, had 7 out of 10 on smartness, 6 on salutation, introduction, 6 out of 10, language and grammar, 20 out of 25, points and general examples, 15 out of 25, defense, she had 3 out of 10, and the use of the floor, she had 5 out of 10. I came up with a total of 60. My colleague came out with a total of 53. We adjusted it to an average as the procedure should be. She got 57%. Now, I will not take you through those particulars. It will take a lot of time. I'll be reading the totals. The next speaker on my list was Darius. He had a total of 53 from one of the judges and a total of 58 from another judge. We brought it to the average of 55. Honorable Sasrabo is next on my list. Had a total of 57 from one judge and a total of 30 from another judge. We brought it to an average of 50. Nasasra, who came from the audience, is next on my list. Had a total of 41 from one judge and 27 from another judge. So we brought it to an average of 30. Ankunda Adolf is next. Had a total of 40 from one judge and 30 from another judge. We brought it to 35. 35 for Adolf. Isingoma Ephraim is next on my list. He had a total of 40 from one judge and 60 from another judge, bringing it to 50. Wema Cecilia was the next. Had a total of 50 from one judge, 32 from another judge, bringing it to 44. Mukasa Jason is the second last on my list here. Had a total of 55 from one judge, 28 from another judge. We brought it to 38. Cleophas is the last on my list here. Had a total of 62 from one judge, 54 from another judge, bringing it to a total of 52. The best speaker of the day, when averages are considered, was the Honorable Jonas from the opposition side. And when totals are looked into, if we have to say, to declare the winner of the day, the A-level group won, not only bringing the best speaker, but also exceeding in totals. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. I hope our main reason as we began, I telling you, was finding out what we people have on to our minds and share it with our fellows, see their judgments in return, and at the end, go up with one common language or one common idea, and of which I think we've all picked up. I think as for now, we've all known that if the salaries for science teachers are increased, this will happen for the reasons given, or if they are not increased, this will happen for the reasons given, as you've been recapping the things go on, all that, right. Great thanks to the Rubirizi News Center. Great thanks to the unique community at large. Here I get to the director, the admin, the students' body, and the community at large. We do thank you for the support you're putting forward for everything to go on right. For today, I've been Tukahebwa Bright Silva, the chairperson of our today's debate, conducted here at Rubirizi News Center by the unique student community and the unique students at large. And for that, not therefore, I really think that I have come to the climax of this debate, as I really wish Johnny masses to everyone who has put his efforts to be on for this.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tukahebwa Silva Bright, for conducting well this debate here at Rubirizi News Center. I want to take this time to thank you. All of you have participated in today's debate. Both sides, the opposers and proposers. It has been so marvelous. I salute you for that. Here at Unique High School, these students are from Unique High School, and we have happened to toast them here at Rubirizi News Center. It is a school located in Rubirizi Town Council, Rubirizi District, and it has both O and A level and sections of boarding and day schooling. Students go home and others sleep at school. Balanced diet is well. Everything is kawa at Unique High School. Don't forget that the sponsor of this program, school time program here at the Rubirizi Center, we have David Cartley Foundation. Hello. Hopefully it's about recording, but I told you a long time ago, we are on TV. When you shout, then it will bring another story. Are we together? So let's stay as we began. The sponsors of this program, School Time, we have David Katarebe Foundation and Jonas School of Nursing and Midwifery, which is found in Kampala. And for this program, I'm Sam Chakabum, taking it for an hour with someone behind the camera, Mr. Chi Ramadan, and the producer is Nimrod Vumiria Salongo, and we all work at Rubirizi News Center. Thank you for everything. As thank you, what I have to ask from you is to subscribe, like, and follow our Facebook page, and like and share our YouTube channel, Rubirizi News Center. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Let me speak this off.